this is something interesting about living with Don as a poet. He said, I should write something about tall ships, but I don't know anything about it. So he starts researching, and he researches, researches, and researches. And when you hear this song, this beautiful poem, my favorite, called Tall Ships, you'd swear it was written by a man who had spent his life sailing the 7 seas in a tall ship. Have you been outward bound on a tall ship? When her sail finds a wandering breeze? Have you stood at her helm as she enters her realm, the kingdom of 7 far seas? Her perfumes, her tar, hemp, and canvas. Her masts have a roguish rake. An ancient sea chime marks the passage of time while seagulls stiff-wing in her wake. Have you climbed to the top of a tall ship and reached out to gather a cloud? There's a sudden strong gust, your ship feels the thrust, and she answers it, graceful, proud. Have you stood wrapped in wind and high canvas and felt what it means to be free? With the mast giddy sway through the great Milky Way, and you knew you were bred to the sea? Have you weathered a storm in a tall ship? When the bottom falls out of the glass? Heard whip crack of sail and the shriek of the gale as she plunges into a crevasse? And the bowsprit is spearing the heavens, and there's fear and despair in the air, and the waves are so vast as you cling to a mast that you find yourself shouting in prayer. Have you watched far at sea as a tall ship glides regally out of the dawn, with white wishbone wake like a bird on a lake, a giant, majestic white swan? When the world was first new, our Creator decreed that tall ships in His plan have great wind-filled wings, the most beautiful things to ever be crafted by man. Sailors leave home for the tall ships, for a world where horizons are far, but only winds know the reasons they go to steer for a distant bright star. Does a sailor reflect in the ocean, or the ocean reflect in him? Is his love for sail some unreachable grail that gleams on horizon's rim? I dream troubled dreams of the tall ships, when canvas falls slack in the sun, and the last tall ship swings with white folded wings at anchor, and then there are none. And if that day's near, I pray I'm not here when old sailors dream on the shore. No tall ships remain, lonely winds search in vain for that cloud of white sail that's no more. Don and I are the only people in this room that know exactly what Edna Anderson and Clarence did on their wedding night. And I'm going to spill the beans. I'm not sure the date. It was the late May in 1948. And they were married that afternoon. And that evening, Edna and her mother packed furniture up the stairs to the top floor to get it out of the way of the water that was rising, and Clarence was on the dikes filling sandbags. And that's what they did on their wedding night.
And they said, others are very important because I think that any person that has significant other or others behind them can go quite far. So Edna, Evelyn is certainly a wonderful significant other.
Thank you.
Thank you for the great work that you're doing.